I don't have much time left, I know. I spent 17 years working it out, planning it, building Monarch, because I knew what was coming, and I knew it couldn't be stopped. But what I've built has been turned against me. What is the point in saving them if I can't trust them? I'm slipping away into pain and rage. The sickness is accelerating. The CFR. It has cost me so much. But I have harnessed its power. And with it, my plan will work. With it, I will keep the lights on when the world goes dark.
Mr. Serene? Sorry to disturb you, sir, but I have that cleanup report on Dr. Kim's lab you wanted.
Meet me in my office, soldier. I'll be there when I've sealed the CFR chamber. The lab explosion. My treatments, all gone. First things first. Seal the chamber. The Chronon field regulator, Williams' precious countermeasure. Need to keep it safe at all costs. The lifeboat depends on it. CFR has been secured.
Mr. Serene? I'm in your office.
I'll be right there. Serene out. The soldier doesn't know how close to the end I am. I'm not afraid of death. I'm afraid of becoming the enemy. What that would mean for me, for the plan. I can feel it infesting my thoughts. I don't know who to trust anymore. Martin Hatch. He used me all these years. How deep does this betrayal run? How many more are there? They wanted the lifeboat to fail. Why? What's their agenda?
Sir?
Be right with you, son. I spent years living in the past, living in the safety of knowing what happens next. Years of planning, building. It's all come to this. Report.
Sir, you ordered us to search the demolished lab. Your treatments were destroyed, but There was one left. The casing appears to be broken, but, it's all we could find.
One of my treatments. But it's damaged. Is it safe to use?
Sir? I didn't catch that.
Or is it a trap? Another betrayal. The treatment will make me weak. Is that what they want? Can any of them be trusted?
I'm not a traitor. We're the same now. And I need your help.
I can focus on the mission. The lifeboat. See it through to the end. I still have allies I can trust.
Look, you have to realize you're not gonna keep me from getting the CFR.
Last chance to walk away, Joyce!
Liam Burke. He would fight to defend us. To slow Jack down. The plan could still work.
You have all betrayed me. Assured my downfall. And now, I will assure yours.
My world will be renewed. My world will see balance.
Chaos. It's falling apart. They're working against me. They're fighting each other.
You'll need to get to Serene's office. He's got direct access to the CFR. All right?
Joyce fixes the fracture. He fixes the world. They'll go home happy.
Charlie Wincott. Another weakling. A traitor siding with Jack. I can make them suffer. All of them.
Sir? Are you alright?
Who put you up to this?
Sir, you ordered us to go through Dr. Kim's lab, find what we can—
Who are you working for?
You, sir!
Liar!
What the fuck?!
No. Any of them. It could be any of them. I need to be careful. Bradbury swimming pool.
Paul Serene's become unhinged.
What about my treatments?
He's triggered a catastrophe.
The Joyce field could collapse within 8 hours.
He has the chance to fix it, but he's choosing not to. He's choosing to let things end. And this is where we come in.
Good evening, Dr. Amaral.
We're 5 minutes out, Mr. Hatch.
I've come to free you, my friend. It's time for you to rejoin the others, to return to the infinite. What was troubling me is who got them into Kim's lab. She paid a visit minutes before the explosion.
Sophia's loyal. If the fracture's happening now, I owe this to her.
Dr. Holden, the protocol's been initiated.
see him?
Yeah, so I have some information about Warren Hatch. I want him apprehended immediately.
No!
Dr. Holden?
What the hell is it?
The protocol's been initiated.
afraid we have no time.
I need to wake my family.
Your family won't be necessary. Dr. Emerald.
Yes, hi.
I'm gonna need you to come with me.
Look at you. You need your treatments.
Fucking amateurs. Huh. Hello, darling. Defense status. Active. What? It's right under me. You owe me one. Come on, Fiona. Pick up, pick up, pick up. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, pick up. Pick up.
Beth, I don't know if you can hear this, but it's Fiona. I need your help. Do you copy? Beth, it's Fiona. Do you copy? Beth, it didn't work. I'm sorry. I couldn't find the protocol.
Fiona Miller?
Yes, speaking.
This is Jack Joyce.
Beth told me you were working together.
You might be the only ally I have left.
What happened?
Serene.
There wasn't anything I could do, but Fiona, there is something we can do now.
I need to find something Will called the countermeasure.
It's 12-sided, small, metallic.
Like a soccer ball.
The CFR.
The what?
The Chronon Field Regulator. That is the countermeasure.
and it can fix the fracture.
Basement 5.
We need to talk. Look, I was wrong, okay? Jack Joyce, he can use the CFR to fix the fracture. We need to get it to him.
CFR is what's powering this place right now, Fiona.
Yeah, but I spoke to him. I spoke to Jack Joyce, and he needs it.
Just, if you let Joyce use the CFR, then that means the lifeboat's gone. No,
that's not
these
not
people down here, they can figure it out. They can fix the fracture. That's what you wanted in the first place.
These people, this is Monarch. okay? They're the ones that got us into this. Do you think they give a shit about any of us?
I mean, you realize what you're asking.
What's the plan once we get to Monarch?
We need to find a way onto the lifeboat.
Liam, what are you doing? Make it stop!
Jack, we know where the CFR is, but...
Jack, it's Charlie, listen. It's at the top of the Monarch Tower. So you gotta follow my instructions exactly. Jack. Jack?
Jack? Jack?
Fiona, stop.
Jack!
No. Look. That area up there is insanely secure. He's not gonna be able to get in. Hey, wait! Wait.
I need to finish this.
I know, but I'm the one that should go. The CFR defenses. There's no way he's gonna be able to get past them alone. I'm the only one. I mean, you belong down here. You actually would be useful. I'm dead weight. I'm a glorified locksmith. Why don't you let somebody else be the hero? Okay, tough chick?
Everyone needs IT, Charlie.
Fuck you.
Hey, Charlie. You're an okay date.
I know.
My friends, our war is underway, and the time has come to fight for our place in this existence. My enemies, some have shown their faces, others are still out there, and I think of all of you and an army. The power to prove.
Oh, shit! Hey, no, 3 times you fucked me! I know that's what it looks like! Get on the ground! On the ground! Look, I'm a coward, all right? I have to look after myself. Who else is gonna do it, huh? Well, what I'm doing right now, where I'm going, it's not about me.
You said you would get us on that list.
Yeah, I know that's what I said, but plans have changed.
Charlie!
Joyce can fix the fracture!
You're running out of words, Charlie.
Liam?
That's what you care about, right? Right? I mean, that's what you're doing this for, huh? That's why you left everything in Monarch for your family. And for what? So you can raise your kids in a glorified basement? Because that's all the lifeboat's gonna be. I mean, Serene's lost his mind. If the lifeboat was the answer, don't you think I would be on it? Hmm? I mean, listen to this guy. He's insane. Okay? Hey, okay. Look, Joyce fixes the fracture, he fixes the world, we all go home happy. But I have to help him, and I can't do that if you kill me.
If you're wrong about this,
I know, don't worry. I'll shoot myself.
lose the harness.
I get it, you know, we have trust issues. Whatever.
An army with the power to prove to the world that you can travel this road, you can prevail.
That's it. Looks like a CFR to me.
Liam.
Drop it. Open it.
I can't do that.
Understand something, Charlie. This world, you know, this world is at its end. But one world's end is merely another's beginning, and my world will be renewal. My world will see balance.
Let me see what I can do for you. Can you,
Stop it. You need to say this to me.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I did this for us. I did this for us. I did it for us. I knew it, Rika. I knew it was selfish.
Don't you?
I'm only sorry I didn't ask you sooner.
Just hang on.
I'd give anything for that year. I'd give anything for that year.
Burke! Burke?
Let's try this again.
Oh, God. Yeah, thank you. Oh, shit. Shit. Come on. It won't turn off.
Shouldn't we go?
Huh? Oh, there gotta be a way. Text here. It's stutter-proof.
What?
I have to help Jack Joyce. Hey, come here. What's your name?
Emily.
Emily what? Burke?
Emily Burke.
Okay. I'm putting your name on the list for the lifeboat. Look, you gotta go take the elevator all the way down. You'll know when you see it.
Yeah.
All right?
I got it.
Once you get down there, I want you to find Fiona Miller for me, okay? Can you do that?
Yeah.
Tell her what happened here. Tell her this world, it's a weird place. And that's always gonna need people like her to help understand it. And then I'm gonna help make it right. Help keep it going. Tell her I finally feel connected.
entire town now seems to be a disaster area. And while authorities and relief workers from Monarch are redoubling their efforts, it seems everybody's working at capacity. And
time was broken, working out of sync. The city was in a state of chaos. The end of time was closing in.
And you still believed you could fix it?
The solution was inside Monarch Tower. A countermeasure.
The CFR, as Monarch knew it. The key to the lifeboat protocol. Monarch's survival plan. But that didn't seem to matter to you.
I had a better plan.
Okay, then.
Christ!
Shouldn't be too hard to find. It's the biggest damn building in Riverport.
bridge crash we experienced earlier, where nobody seems to see these accidents coming until they happen. I personally witnessed a car slamming into 3 people, a family as they were crossing the street, and I do not know where that car came from. The street was clear and suddenly the situation is being addressed by Monarch Solutions, who are responding to the crisis. I can't do this. This isn't worth it. They didn't tell me it would be like this. They knew, didn't they? Those sons of bitches knew, and the way that they were talking, I'm sorry. I have to go. I can't stay here. I have to go home.
Joyce, you hear me?
Charlie,
You're here for the CFR, right?
the countermeasure.
Well, you're kind of lucky because Serene's left the building. We're in lockdown, but the good news is I know this system like the back of my hand. I can open doors for you. All of them.
Cute.
You'll need to get to Serene's office. He's got direct access to the CFR. Alright?
All right.
Yeah, right. It was the OBS fault. Excuse me. Alright.
Welcome to the international headquarters of Monarch Solutions. This state-of-the-art building has become world famous for its unique architecture and its iconic presence in the Riverport skyline. Incorporating an unprecedented level of automation designed with both comfort and security in mind, complete with a zero-carbon footprint. The building provides a safe and environmentally friendly workplace for thousands of Monarch employees. Monarch Solutions. All we think about is the future.
Zero carbon footprint. Well, in that case, I'm sure you're all cool.
Mr. Hatch! I thought you... They said you're dead.
They are confused about a great many things. I have a little job for you.
But you're... I mean, I'm not sure I should...
You are still working for me.
Yes, of course. Whatever you say, Mr. Hatch.
Buildings in lockdown. The hell's that?
Poor bastard doesn't know anything about the train crash. Hope he doesn't have a heart attack when time resumes.
Monarch headquarters floor map. It was signaling me some time ago. Alright, I think we should go up. There's nothing more we can do here on the base floor. Alright, we've got a message from Clarice Ogawa to Monarch HQ Chrono active personnel. Shifter alert. Attention, the lifeboat security protocols are now in full effect. Our stutter proofing has failed, and we have reports of shifters in the building. You all know the drill. We have trained for this. Do not approach shifters alone. Remember that they are not restricted by the physical space in the same way we are. Deploy...
Alright, how am I getting to Paul's office?
Deploy dampeners and watch your backs. Work in teams, remember your tactics, maintain your distance. Don't take any unnecessary chances. Comms are unreliable due to the stutters, so pass the word to others and take advantage of stutter collapses to communicate as effectively as you can. We're attempting to repair the stutter proofing as quickly as possible, but be advised that contrary to our earlier timeline, which gave us years more to prepare, we believe we are now on the verge of the final zero state. And every single stutter we encounter is more and more likely to be the one that never ends. That means our priorities have changed. The lifeboat protocol is in full effect, and ensuring its success is our only objective, whether the opposition in the shifters, Jack Choice, or anybody else. It's vital that we all remember our training. If we do things right, we will make it out of this, and we will make our way into the lifeboat. Good luck and make me proud.
There's no way for them to understand what's happening. Must be scary.
Message from Luther Talbot to Pablo Torres. Let's bail while we can. Dude, we gotta get the fuck out of this place. I don't care what it's like outside. Did you hear that speech Serene just gave? He's unhinged. And he looks all fucked up too, like he's sick. The lifeboat's thing's not gonna work out. I don't trust that guy to plan his way out of a wet paper bag anymore. He's way out of control. He's not even here anymore. He just climbed into a chopper and fucked off to God knows where. He's supposed to be in charge. How is that being in charge? And I heard he killed a guy. What the fuck? The other thing is that Joyce Asshole's bound to show up here soon. I'm not gonna be collateral damage for whatever thing he's got with Serene. I've seen the stats Clarice had. The body count he's racked up now is insane. Who's gonna stop him? The grunts? Haha, fuck no. They can fight him if they like, but I didn't sign up for this crap. I'm just here to coordinate shit. I'll take my chances outside. I'd rather freeze than get killed by that freak. At least that way you don't even know it's happening. I'll take that over a bullet. I'm leaving. And if you have half a brain, you're coming with me. I'll LT. Note, Monarch Radio note. working stutters. Radio waves get stuck same as everything else. Use stutter-proofed hardline terminals instead.
What's going on? I thought this would be the one place things were under control.
Yeah, right. It's all chaos. This whole survival plan Monarch has is falling apart. And there's something weird loose in the building. I don't even know what. I mean, that's why we're banking on you to fix this mess.
Wait, lifts work? Oh, that's strange. Alright.
I was getting closer to the countermeasure. Paul had the key to fixing the fracture all along, but he didn't see it.
There was nothing to see. He believed the fracture couldn't be fixed. That's why he used the countermeasure, the CFR, to create the lifeboat.
Wait, what happened to them?
What the fuck is that? Damn.
Mr. Hack, sir, I mean, if I deactivate the stutter-proofing system, won't that, if time stops again, then the building will be...
Let me worry about that.
It's just that I'm really not sure this is okay. Couldn't we just check with somebody?
Do I have to look up your home address?
No! No, sir. I'll do it.
See that you do.
Those men died fighting something that lives outside of time.
The very reason our weapons program was built. Serene knew they were coming.
Weapons weren't doing the trick.
From Paul Serene to security team leads, Martin Hedge. Martin Hedge has been detained, and his authority over Monarch Solutions and its employees, along with his security clearance, has been rescinded. I want a full security team watching him at all times. He is not to be given access to any computer systems or communications. Don't talk to him and don't allow him to talk to anybody. Lock him down and keep him locked down. If he attempts to escape, shoot to kill. I'll deal with him when I'm done with the present crisis.
Hey, guy. You in there? I'm locked out.
Yeah. I'm gonna get that door for you. Hang on. But be careful, there's a lot of scared and angry meatheads on the other side. There you go. Don't get your ass killed.
Should I really kill them? Alright. Wait. Really? 2 of them?
Is that all you got?
All right. I've spent all the ammo I've got. Now that's what I'm talking about.
The Monarch PR machine was going strong. The public believed that they were doing what the police force couldn't. Protecting them from a terrorist threat. From...
you.
Monarch PR protocol. Monarch Solutions response to tragedy, no public aggression, coercion, manipulation, or violence. Contain, bury, spin everything. Friendly safe authority. Control Mayor, Riverport PD, Monarch assisting the authorities. Deploy setback for media control, remove Redford. Manufacture terrorist threat, Jack Joyce. Note, Jack Joyce should be a clear later addition on the board. Into warfare. See Charlie Wincott for details. Flood social networks, media sites with new narrative. Drown out legitimate reports with flood of conflicting accounts. Paint troublemakers as bleeding heart extremists. Attain critical mass equals useful idiots will take over trolling. Alright, let's take a look. Dyers and upgrades. Right, we have 13 points. I think it's time we finally use these. Increase threat detection. Increase range. Yeah, we need increased range. Didn't do it much.
You told me that Hatch had Paul's full support. I saw otherwise.
There was a temporary misunderstanding.
From Vera Kovacs to Elim Loudon. That creepy asshole's gone. Elim, did you hear that Hatch is out? I don't know exactly what went down, but Holden from Acquisition says Hatch did something to really piss off Serene. Maybe something that involved blowing something up on the island. I don't know, and frankly I don't know if Holden did either. It all sounds pretty crazy even by Monarch standards. Anyway, Holden says Hatch got escorted out of his office by a whole bunch of armed security guys. I mean, that wasn't security will escort you out of the building situation. Holden said it was for real, so I guess that guy's done. Good riddance, maybe now we can get some work done without him Darth Vadering the crap out of us. That guy's always creeped me out. Oh, I had another thing too. You were right, Dr. Emerald came back. I was sure Joyce would just kill her, but nope, she made it back alive. Anyway, glad I was wrong about that one. She's cool people. She had picked a good time to come back too. Things are getting really bad outside. It's really starting to dawn on me. We're really lucky to be in here, instead of stuck out there in all the craziness. They said there's planes coming down from the sky now. Crazy. Let me know you're okay, Elim. From V. Right, where should we go next? Not that way. Well, this way actually. Nothing out there. Nothing. Let's go.
I need to access that sky bridge.
Yeah, no problem. Just a sec. Well, you better keep an eye out, Joyce. That thing out there, I don't think it's gone. Okay, off you go.
Monarch was scrambling. Paul's empire was falling apart all around me. I'd never seen anything like it. But Paul had. That's what he was preparing for all those years. He didn't do a very good job.
Indeed. But Beth survived it.
Holy shit.
from Bruce Livingstone to Sophia Emerald about my screenplay and new video. Hey Sophia, still haven't heard from you about my screenplay. I know you're busy with all your work, but this is really taking off in a big way, so let's try to get going on this, okay? I know this thing is gonna be huge, so I just went ahead and mortgaged my house to make this thing a reality. It's my dream and I'm gonna follow my dream. And once I get the Kickstarter going, this thing gonna pay me back for the mortgage, so no problem. I already shot a short promo thing for the KS campaign. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna star in it, but I've got a really cool part for you too if you want. You'd be perfect for it. Also, like I said, I'm going to need that science feedback stuff soon. Let me know ASAP. Oh, it's nice.
They have a time machine here? Shit. This is where they brought the university core. This is Paul's machine. Looks like they have it on the top floor.
Monarch paperweight with note. Ensure personally that CFR chamber is secure. A confession from Bernard Riker to Paul Serene. Mr. Serene, I know you're not in the HQ right now and whatever mission you left on must be incredibly urgent, so now you probably won't read this until your turn. I know you will be very, very angry with me, but I have to tell what I've done. Using my maintenance access, I have deactivated the stutter-proofing at the building. I know you will be furious, but I did not because Martin Hash threatened my family. I'm not going to lie. I'm scared to tell you this because I know you're on edge as it is and clearly under tremendous pressure, but I have admired you and your vision for as long as I have worked for you. And I want to believe you can still fix things. So you have to know that it is Hash. He made this happen. He knew exactly what would... I'm sorry. There are now dead people at my feet and I don't know how to fucking deal with them. With this. They're strikers. They weren't here when I started writing this email, now they are. There's a lot of blood. I literally had to wipe it off the screen just to be able to keep typing. It had to be a shifter that killed them. Their chrono harnesses are broken. I couldn't wear them if I wanted. But without one, I'm safe, right? No shifters outside or stutters, or that's what they told us in training. So I'm safe, and when a stutter hits, I don't even notice. Unless a plane hits the building or something. God, I have fucked up so badly. People are dead because of me, not just these two, but throughout the building. The stutter-proofing was supposed to keep the shifters out, and now everybody must be dying, somewhere between the seconds. Everybody could be dead already. I don't know, I can't take this. And don't trust Hatch. I think that son of a bitch is after the CFR. I think he was never on our side. This is all some kind of weird game to him. Shit, I don't know why he's doing this. I'm just an engineer and I don't know how to deal with this. It's too much, sir. I know you must be furious at me. I deserve it. Believe me, I know. But please don't take it out on my family. Goodbye, Bernard Riker, Senior Chronon Tech. Well, this doesn't look good. Wait, what? Can't buy soda here.
What the fuck? Was that Hatch? The train.
All personnel, stay clear of the lower levels. There's a possible hazard. Repeat, stay clear of the lower levels. There appears to be a train crashed into the building. The situation is under control. All personnel should remain in secure areas. There are intruders in the building. Repeat, remain in secured areas.
I have to get there somehow. Alright, Charlie, help us out. Wait. Is there something parked in here? Nothing. Alright.
Hey, Charlie. I got another locked door here.
Not bad, Joyce. That's Serene's office. Let me just unlock that bad boy for you. Serene's got access to the CFR chamber from his office. I'll meet you there. Ah, there.
Paul was already gone, but he left behind the one thing I needed.
Document, untitled note. I have left this message here for you to find, so that soon, when the time comes and I ask you to choose, you can do so with your eyes open and with some hint of understanding. I have no secrets, and the only thing I choose to omit are the ones that you, in your current limited state, would not be able to grasp no matter how hard I try to make you understand. I have walked down the same path you are now on. Once, from your perspective, a long time ago, although time no longer has such meaning to me. I too came in contact with a time machine. In my case, it was not a man-made device, but a natural one in a cave. It should come as no surprise, really, that such thing exists, much like natural nuclear reactions do exist, such as the now defunct ones at Oklo, Africa. After all, the Meyer-Jones field had its irregularities. I too became Chronon active. I too developed Chronon syndrome, and in time I too lost control and became a shifter, became at once everything and nothing, was everywhere and nowhere, died countless deaths and was still alive. Me, my every probability, every possibility happening at once. I promised I would not lie, and thus I tell you. The noise and the pain and the rage were more than anyone could suffer and not go insane. I burned in this fire for a long time. There were brief moments of awareness in this endless nightmare, different versions of certain key moments in my life that I found myself reliving again and again, trying to make things right, like a puzzle, on and on and on. I'm convinced that the stutters and the end of time saved me, for those were the only places, the only times where I could even briefly stop and rest and slowly find focus and control again, and ultimately master this state, not emerge from it, not be cured, not go back to what I was before, where there is no such thing, but to learn to be in one place and everywhere at once. My perception is altered like that of someone who has seen a perceptual illusion, and discovered that the picture is both a young girl and an old woman at the same time. Once you see them both, you can never not see them. We are such limited beings, we play with just one piece, on just one square on an endless chessboard, just one life, one lifetime, in an infinite multiverse of possibilities. Am I an exception? The only one who has found his way to the other side? Or this is just a shifter's brief dream before static collapses? There are other shifters. Your best friend who is now your mortal enemy, Dr. Kim, others, some of whom you know. It doesn't matter who, because they are gone, and when they emerge, if they ever emerge, they will not be who they were, just as I am not who I was before. I have done my part in helping you all achieve this state. In time, if time is an ocean with a frozen surface, then the stutters at the end of time are holes in that ice, opportunities to come up for air.
We have a mission. Prep the chopper.
Ready to lift off in 15, sir. What's the profile?
Full tactical complement. And we're going to need a tech squad for assembly. I'll brief them on the way.
Copy that. Good hunting.
My office alarm went off. Is that you skulking around, Jack?
Fuck you. I'm done playing games. I'm here for what you stole.
Yes, of course.
The CFR. If you understood just how much depended on that, you'd leave it alone. But I know you don't care.
You're right. I don't. And it looks like you're not here to stop me.
Yes. Yes, everything will play out as it has to play out. I'll see you very soon, Jack.
I'm done dancing your tune, you crazy bastard. That was just a couple of minutes between stutters.
The countermeasure was Paul's prize. Everything he built was based on Will's device. His plan depended on it. You better believe I look forward to taking you from him.
Only one of Serene's treatments survived the explosion. His time was running out.
So was everybody else's.
From Sophia Emerald to Paul Serene, Time Machine Core. Paul, don't worry about it, we're on schedule. Your Time Machine Core from the university has been transported to the HQ, and it's currently being installed into the new Time Machine frame we've built for it. You'll have direct access to it from the CFR chamber as requested. And no, before you ask, you can't actually access this CFR chamber from the Time Machine. That elevator can only be activated from within the chamber, so no one working on the machine can get to the CFR. I thought you'd appreciate that layer of added security. I know how important it is to keep the CFR safe. Anyway, I know you don't actually intend to use the time machine, but should you ever need it, all we need to do is to deploy the corridor. It's actually all hooked up now, but we're still running some final diagnostics. The tech should be ready with it before the gala is over. Dr. Sophia Emerald, head of research. Oh, that's... Alright. From Sophia Emerald to Paul Serene, Time Machine Core. Paul, we now have finalized the plans for acquiring and transporting the Time Machine Core from the university lab. Your instructions are quite clear. We won't actually move it in until Younger itself has entered the machine, and the men will try to take the Joyces alive, with the understanding that Jack Joyce in particular could be a threat, and neither can be allowed to escape under any circumstances. I'm still quite uncomfortable with all this, Paul. I understand your reasoning, and I know the stakes are high, but I don't want to see anybody hurt. It's antithetical to my role as a scientist, and I wish you to reconsider. Surely there's a better way to resolve this. Moral implications aside, the loss of Dr. Joyce's expertise alone would be a great blow. If everything goes smoothly and quietly, we'll transport the core directly to the Monarch's Tower via ground route. If there's a commotion and it seems there's any risk of detection, we will instead airlift the core to our dry docks operation, and then move it discreetly from there to the HQ. The construction of the new time machine frame at the new top of the Monarch Tower has been finished since last year. Once we have received the core, it will be installed into the time machine, per your orders. I know you don't intend to use it, but even with the limitations the nature of time travel imposes on us, I have to say it seems like a great waste to not take advantage of such a resource, both from a strategic and a scientific point of view. Dr. Sophia Emerald, head of research. To Sophia Emerald from Paul Serene. Time Machine Core. Sophia, I understand why you would feel that way, but this isn't something I take lightly. It's my experience that time travel only complicates things, and while my own trip through time has given us great opportunities, it's also set me on this path. I want to control it, not use it. That said, I want to have the machine ready to use for emergencies. My foreknowledge of future events will end very soon, and it might prove to be useful to have the option of obtaining more detailed information from the future. Obviously, given that the furthest you could go back is the machine's activation at the university, visiting the past seems fairly useless. Also, ensure that the machine is heavily guarded at all times. Nobody is allowed to operate the machine besides myself, and I want the corridor to remain undeployed unless I give specific orders to the contrary. As for the Joyce's brothers, I intend to give William the option of joining us, if possible. But I know him, he's a very stubborn and unstable man, and I don't know if we could ever trust him. I don't need to remind you that he built in that ridiculous little workshop with very limited resources a device that broke the local physics at ground zero and caused my Cronon syndrome. I don't intend to give him a chance to show us what else he could do if he decides that we're a target. That, along with the visions I have seen, there are certain sentimental reasons that make me wish I could let William live, but I doubt that he makes it possible for us. As for Jack, I'm not too worried about him. It took me a long time to master my abilities, so Jack shouldn't be a major problem unless he manages to use stutters to escape the area. Luckily, stutters should be very rare in these early stages of the fracture. Still, I've come too far to take any chances. I'd prefer to take him alive, but nothing can be allowed to put our planet at risk. I'm sorry to have to involve you in something like this. I know it's not what you sign up for, and as I said, I don't expect you to be personally involved with that part of the operation in any way. I'm not particularly happy about this part myself, and I wish I had better options, but our circumstances are as they are, and I have come too far to falter now. I hope you understand. To Paul Serene from Sophia Emerald. Yes, of course, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to add to your burden, and I know that these are hard decisions. You can count on us to proceed as planned. I know you're exceptionally busy now that the time is almost upon us, but I was hoping you'd have the time for dinner. Dr. Sophia Emerald. Sophia, please update me on our progress with the Time Machine Core relocation. Where are we with this? Thank you. Alright, now we've read all that.
Paul spent a long time running Monarch in secret. Probably didn't help with that whole disconnected from reality thing.
Serene surface, reflections on the end. I wish my memories about the end of time were clearer, but it was anything but a clear time in my life. And the world was such a jumble, a frozen mess of different timelines crashing together. I was running for my life the whole time, trying to avoid the shifters. Not an ideal state of mind for gathering intel. And it didn't help that she kept chasing me, trying to kill me. Beth Wilder, one of my own people. It was her all along. Even then, trapped in the end of time, as little as I understood about what was going on, I could tell she wasn't like me. That she didn't have the powers I did. I knew she had some kind of technology that kept her going in that suspended hell. Of course, I had no idea it was a device I would eventually have my people develop. I suppose I should appreciate the irony that it was her Cronon harness, my own Cronon harness, that gave me the idea for the lifeboat protocol, the idea that our technology could let humanity survive the end of time. I suppose I have to thank her for that, and she paid for her sins in the end. But she left her mark on me. I know the time to pay for mine is approaching quickly, but not just yet. Back then, when Wilder and I played our game of cat and mouse at the end of time, if I'd had an ounce of the control over my powers that I do now, things would have turned out very differently between the two of us. She was strong and had the training, and I was young and weak and scared. Even so, my abilities gave me an edge. I was lucky she didn't have the full striker gear. She was the one with the upper hand. I didn't learn to learn to properly control my abilities until much later. In those days, they were unpredictable and operated on instinct. Control didn't come easy. I can't help but be aware that this doesn't seem to be the case for Jack. His mastery is growing by leaps and bounds. It is just because that's the way he's always been, fast on his feet, bold and adaptive, or is the fracture affecting him too? I thought we could contain him. It's cost us dearly. It's not a mistake I will make again.
Paul saw what was coming. It broke him. He refused to believe that it could be changed. And he cast aside the only people who could have convinced him otherwise.
From Sophia Emerald to Paul Serene, Quantum Ripple Research Unit. Paul, Martin, I know you've both been arguing that the Quantum Ripple Casualty Research Subdivision has great potential and we should keep it funded. I must once again implore you to reconsider. I'll be the first one to admit that the technology is impressive. The fact that Doctors Morphin and Rangers can actually track the consequences rippling out from minor shifts within the Meyer-Joyce field is incredible, and the level of informational detail they managed to obtain is amazing. But here's the thing. They've been at this for 2 years now, and they have not produced a single useful result. Yes, we can trace actual events from their small inception point to the actual consequences, very much in keeping with the basic chaos theory concept on the butterfly flapping its wings. But, well, so what? Every single thing that happens in this universe is the result of such a chain of events. Being able to see the chain offers no real insight to anything due to the very randomness of the process. Furthermore, it's utterly misleading. You could say that some tiny event or tiny decision in my life yesterday led me to writing this email, and that's technically true, but so did some tiny event or tiny decision in my life 15 years ago. It's all a chain. The event yesterday didn't take place in a vacuum, didn't come out of nowhere, so what's the point? We have no control over it, we don't get to direct it, and we get no useful information out of it. Also, have you actually seen the reports they generate? From a technological point of view, the way they manage to automate their analysis of the fluctuation signatures... Damn it. From a technological point of view, the way they manage to automate their analysis of the fluctuation signatures within the Meyer-Joyce field is impressive, but again, it's all meaningless babble with no practical applications. Their personal remarks on the reports are even worse. With all due respect to Ron and Terry and their indisputable technical expertise, I don't know what they're doing. And I'm not sure they do either. It's like they're coming up with stuff at random. The above outlines my concerns as to the futility of the entire process, and I suspect that may not be enough to sway you. But I have one final point, which I think you should consider very, very carefully. The entire program is an unforgivable waste of Monarch resources. I don't mean money, although the entire Quantum Ripple Casualty Research Subdivision is costing us millions and millions of dollars, but that doesn't really matter because I know we can afford that. However, there's a more vital resource they are consuming. Each time they fire up their rig and delve into the Meyer-Joyce field, they eat up a huge amount of chronon particles. They're a finite resource, and as you know, we're projecting that the ground zero yield will rapidly diminish as the fracture takes hold, which will happen very soon. You may not understand what the real impact of this is, so let me put it to you in practical terms. Every single time they detect and analyze a quantum ripple, it costs us a week of potential lifeboat runtime, minimum. Given Monarch's primary purpose and the total lack of useful results, I believe that's a luxury we cannot afford. I recommend shutting them down immediately, or at the latest during our next reorg. reallocate their resources to something useful and put Ron and Terry's expertise into great use designing the lifeboat. I'm sure we wouldn't regret putting them to work on that, given their track record of working with Chronotech. Sophia Emerald, head of research.
"17 years he lived through twice. All of it mapped out, from memory.
He knew the market trends before they occurred. He had the tools to make a fortune, and he did.
Paul was a powerful man, the leader of an empire, but behind the veil, he was a dying man. The signs were clear. Dr. Amaral was the one thing keeping Paul alive, but reading through their exchanges, there was something more than professional going on.
That's not my place to comment on.
Sophia's personal notes, Dr. Sophia Emerald. I find myself at a loss. We knew that the fracture would arrive. It was clear very quickly that the process was occurring much faster than Paul's projections. His experiences had led us to believe. That was alarming in itself, but there is another concern. With the fracture, Paul's condition seems to be accelerating rapidly. I don't know what to do about either one of these issues. I haven't had a chance to examine Paul properly, and of course he won't consent to any real test at this point. He won't take the time, not with the situation being as critical as it is. He has to prepare for the gala, to take care of every little stupid thing Martin trots out for him. He won't think of himself at all, and I'm afraid that all that'll cost us dearly. So I don't know, I'm just speculating, but I believe this acceleration is a reaction to the stutters in time. In zero state, his wave function is further disrupted by the excessive chronal energies within his body. Before the university incident, before the fracture, the condition was progressive but controllable. The lack of stutters helped keep it in check. Now its progress is rampant, and I worry that it may reach a critical point soon. We always knew that was a possibility, but all of our projections assumed we would have years, time enough to come up with a cure or a way to stop its progress, which means there is a very real chance that in the near future Paul's condition overtakes him, and if he does become a shifter, I don't know what to do about it. We haven't been able to help Dr. Kim. I don't know what we could do for Paul. I don't know what to do. The treatments are still working, but they take a toll on him, and their effect is greatly diminished. I'm concerned we may hit a point where he's forced to use them so often that the treatment becomes worse than the condition itself. And yet, I don't see any other options. He will not rest. He insists on doing so much. I know he chafes under his dependence on the treatments. He sees it as a weakness. I'm afraid I may lose him.
You're not supposed to be wearing that.
No, look, I can explain.
Who the fuck are you?
Joss Wheeler. I'm tech support. No, seriously, just put the gun down, man. I'm just here to make sure the chamber's working right, okay? Just routine.
Your security clearance doesn't match the outfit, buddy. Do you think I'm stupid?
I mean, shit, you throw out a line like that, what am I supposed to say?
Shut your face. We're gonna wait for someone in charge to get here, see what they say about this.
Come on, man.
I said, shut the fuck up.
Joyce! Help!
Charlie, get down.
Thank God. Shit, that could have been real bad.
You're Charlie.
Yeah. Let me get this door open.
Alright, he's waiting for me, so we'll...
The lifeboat revolved around the cameraman. He knew Will would try to take it back, that's why he was killed. He knew I'd try to do the same eventually.
Clearly, he was right.
From Lauren McStevenson to lifeboat maintenance. Read me first, now. Read me now. Damn it, read me right now. CFR procedures. People, because there seems to be a certain lack of clarity about when it's appropriate for someone to enter the CFR chamber and mess with the Cronin field regulator, and because I just had to fire Kevin Janeway because he did that exact thing. Let me remind you of the approved CFR procedure. You do not touch the CFR, period. I may touch the CFR because I'm the lead technician in charge of it. Dr. Sophia Emerald may touch the CFR because she's our head of research and she knows what she's doing. Mr. Paul Serene may touch the CFR because he's Paul fucking Serene and it's his CFR. Nobody else touches the CFR. On occasion, some enormously lucky individuals who have been personally trained by me and are proven to be very, very dependable and incredibly good at their jobs, who don't have a track record of trying to enter the CFR chamber like paint-huffing imbeciles because they just wanted to take a closer look at it, and who have remembered to bribe the lead technician in charge of the CFR with Tom Waits tickets, may be given written instructions to perform specific procedures on the CFR. That will be a great honor and a sign of significant degree of trust, and those people should be accorded all professional respect and an appropriate degree of brown-nosing and or passive-aggressive displays of envy by their peers. Or, to put it another way, you do not touch the CFR unless you want to join Kevin in the how to stop being an arrogant dumb shit who jeopardized the only hope of a future for the entire human race because his mansplaining ass thought that what the CFR really needed was a random dude who knew better. Self-improvement course down at the unemployment office, but I'm sure is where we all believe he was escorted to by those armed men. There are no exceptions to this. The entire lifeboat protocol depends on the CFR being present, properly connected and functioning normally. You do not want to jeopardize this. This is bigger than any of us, and we are not here to fuck around. Lauren McStevenson, lead CFR tech.
They'd stockpiled all the chronon particles from Ground Zero to keep the lifeboat running.
Enough to hopefully last until a proper solution was discovered.
From Sophia Emerald to lifeboat maintenance, chronon particle stockpile update. Everyone, please be advised that we are now at a point where lifeboat activation may occur. Accordingly, I have ensured that preparations are underway for activation. As a part of that, what chronon particle stores will remain at the Ground Zero harvesting operation are being moved to the headquarters and placed into the master chronon particle repository, ready to be placed under the CFR's control. Please be aware that we have managed to accumulate until this point is very likely to be all the chronon particles we ever have access to. Due to the fracture's effects on the Meyer-Joyce's field, the Ground Zero anomaly is showing definite signs of weakening. As a result, the chronon particle yield decreases drastically and will soon drop to baseline. While we will obviously continue more traditional chronon particle harvesting operation in order to maximize our stockpile, we all need to recognize that sourcing them outside of the Ground Zero conditions is extremely inefficient, or in plain terms, unless we find another source of chronon particles, and I don't believe we will, what we have now is all we will ever have. Please be aware that all use of chronon technology eats into our limited resources, and while we of course recognize that we need to have our strikers and other soldiers operate in stutters, each operation undertaken will eat away at our stockpile, and, in very real terms, cost us days of lifeboat runtime. Accordingly, we have to plan all use of this technology closely and choose our battles carefully. That said, we should also realize the ongoing situation with Jack Joyce constitutes an emergency. and will most likely require unconventional chronon particle investments. Just the same, we should be aware of the cost. I expect to see projected chronon particle consumption rates for the foreseeable future and simulations of how long our stockpile will last, adjusted for all of the scenarios we have discussed. See our last meeting minutes in our next Monday meeting. Sophia Emerald, Head of Research. We have 2 intel pieces, we haven't yet found them.
There you go, Joyce. Here's hoping you know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, there it is. CFR. Countermeasure. Whatever it's called. Help yourself, Joyce.
Personal notes on the CFR. Dr. Henry Kim. This thing feels like a conundrum wrapped in a puzzle. It's an incredible piece of technology, and I feel like we're only scratching the surface of what it can do, and we have already learned so much. I thought I had a good understanding of the intricacies of chronon particles and their practical applications before. Now I realize that I've still got a great deal to learn. The chronal field regulator, as I've decided to call it,
Can we get the hell out of here?
is a little miracle. How such a small device can do so much is beyond me. I know it taps into the Meyer-Joyce field, but I don't know how. My experiments just show it can do it. It can also manipulate the field. I wish I knew how. Still, the mechanics of its operation give me ideas, new avenues of thought I've been trying to find for such a long time. The task that I've been set by Mr. Serene has, frankly, stumped me for years. Knowing that what we observe as the passage of time is just the result of chronon particles being constantly generated within the Meyer-Joyce field is a simple fact that I've been aware of for a long time, but being able to manipulate those particles in a meaningful way, well, that's another question. The mechanics of the situation are clear, almost frustratingly so. In a zero-state environment, there are no chronon particles and thus time is frozen. The idea of artificially flooding an area with the chronon particles to enable the passage of time is the obvious solution, but actually finding a way of doing that, that's something else. Not only are chronon particles incredibly difficult to source, so obtaining enough to actually stutter-proof an area for any time longer than a fraction of a second has always seemed impossible. Perhaps even more importantly, the mechanism of manipulating the particles in a way that would actually allow me to define a certain volume of space as stutter-proof has constantly eluded me. Well, Ground Zero has solved the former problem for us. We're almost up and running, and very soon we will have the ability to harvest chronon particles at useful rates. We'll be able to build a truly formidable stockpile of them in the years to come. As for the latter problem, manipulating the chronon particles, that seems to be something the CFR does with ease. Its ability to tap into Meyer-Joyce field and effect changes in its topology is exactly what I need. Unfortunately, I don't know how it does it. I don't have a clue. I don't know how to effectively control these effects, but my research into the practical effects of its operation has given me ideas for a different kind of chronotechnology that works on somewhere similar principle, except instead of tapping into the Meyer-Joyce field, it generates a similar localized field of its own, an artificial chronon particle field. And in fact, within that field, we can manipulate chronon particles at will. This means that we should be able to create stutter-proofing technology, allowing us to shield a certain area from the effects of zero state, and I believe I will be able to miniaturize the technology to allow for personalized devices with the same effect, almost like an environmental suit of sorts, with a harness the user would wear to create a chronon field around his body. There are still many challenges here, one of which is that any significant volume of stutter-proof space will incur an unacceptably high drain on chronon particles, which are a decidedly limited resource. Obviously, with the lifeboat protocol, require a large stutter-proofed area that we can maintain for years, quite possibly decades. This is a critical issue we have to solve, and Mr. Serene has made that quite clear to me. Frankly, even with Master Hatch backing me, The thought of disappointing Serene over this makes me quite anxious. I understand his concerns, and they are of course entirely founded, but the man's intensity is unnerving. In any case, I am hopeful that I will figure out this problem soon. I am hoping to be able to use the CFR itself to regulate the flow of chronon particles. Given its nature, I suspect it might be eminently suitable for such a role in the lifeboat project and cut down our chronon consumption rate by a great margin. My control over the CFR is limited, but this seems to be a very basic functionality for it, so I am optimistic that I can do it. I'm still looking into it, one thing at a time. We've already made great progress, and I will say that Mr. Serene's been quite complimentary with these successes, so I think he'll give us the time we need. Well, it's not like he has a lot of choice in the matter. I'll be honest, the CFR is becoming a bit of an obsession for me. I wish I could sit down and have that conversation and just ask those questions. How did he build it? What's it actually for? But I've been denied that opportunity. A part of me wants to open the CFR up and get to the bottom of it, but the potential consequences terrify me. We've already seen what it can do if unleashed. Even worse, there's the possibility that I couldn't put it back together, and just the idea of making a mistake like that is a positively bowel-liquefying thought. Having to explain that to Mr. Serene? No thank you. So as it is, I have only dared to open up a bit of the casing to get a rough idea of some of the engineering inside. It's amazing work, and it has certainly been a lesson in humility for me. I still have a lot to learn, but I'm a very fast learner, and this has to be the most important work anyone has ever engaged in the history of humanity. If we succeed in our mission, the world will not soon forget the name of Dr. Henry Kim. Charlie Wincott, Data Samurai.
Something had gone down in that chamber before I arrived. Whatever it was bloody. I'd seen the dead guy before.
Liam Burke.
What the hell happened to him?
He met his match. Let's move on.
It took 11 years for Will to build the countermeasure. Beth died for it, and I knew it could fix the fracture. This fucking thing. Problem was, I didn't have a clue how to use it. The only person who did was dead. But Monarch had a way of getting to him before that ever happened. The University time machine. We've got the core here.
Can we go or what?
I need to get to the chamber above.
No problem. Got a way up right here.
Thanks for the help.
No biggie. Make it count.
Yeah. You're not coming?
No, I gotta get back down. Someone I really want to get back to. Good luck, Joyce.
Thanks, Charlie.
Yeah.
Hey, why are you going up there anyways?
Short version? I gotta go back in time and save my brother.
You're gonna go back in time, yeah, right. Whatever. You don't have to tell me, I guess.
Paul took the core of the time machine from the university, hooked it up to his own machine. It was part of his sick desire for control. But that gave me one last shot at fixing things. I could go back. Maybe get to Will before Paul killed him. And if I could get the countermeasure in Will's hands, maybe I could still turn everything around.
Right, we've got battle area, I suppose. No intel here.
The core was set, the machine was prepped. I had to put the core door in place. Okay, this should do it.
Deploying the corridor. Phase 1 underway. Please clear all personnel from the operational area.
behind it.
Oh, you're welcome, you very slow machine lady.
The machine was ready. I just needed to put in the date.
Alright, so I had to kill them all.
The earliest I could go back to was the time that the core was first activated. At the university.
Not much time to rescue your brother.
I didn't have a choice.
You better be as advertised.
I got there after the fracture initiated. Too late to stop it all before it ever started.
But not too late to save Will. All you had to do was get to him in time.
Yeah, that was the plan.
HQ, we've got security footage of the Joyce brothers escaping through the server room on the lower level.
Raider Team 3, intercept immediately. Ready another extraction unit to remove the core.
Okay, gotta get to the library. It's locked. Gotta find another way out of here. Have to reach Will before it's too late.
You could have followed Will. You knew the path he took.
The hatch was locked. I had to take the long way to get to him.
Prowler Team, ready the heavies in the underground parking. I'm not hearing any response from Raider Team 3. We may have a situation.
Where the hell is that extraction team? We were supposed to have the core loaded in that chopper by now.
Hatch was right. Should have sent Liam Burke in first to deal with those Joyce assholes.
Directive was take alive if possible. Alive ain't Burke's calling card. Seriously, where's that goddamn extraction team?
I remembered that Will and I were heading to the courtyard when the stutter hit. That's where I needed to cut him off.
Courtyard. How do I get there?
You never tried to stop Monarch from extracting the core.
The fact that they stole it was the only reason I was able to return to the past. It's not a logic I wanted to mess around with. When Will and I had escaped from the lab after the experiment, it seemed like Monarch was dealing with somebody other than us. That was me, all along.
HQ, Striker team is down. It's Joyce.
Raider 9, what do you mean Striker team is down? How many? Hell, we underestimated him. Take him out, whatever it takes.
When Will and I had escaped from the lab after the experiment, it seemed like Monarch was dealing with somebody other than us. That was me, all along.
What do you mean Striker team is down? How many? In hell, we underestimated underestimated him. Take him out, whatever it takes.
In the student lounge.
Bandit 4, that shouldn't be possible. I'm getting reports of gunfire in the underground parking. Are you sure it's Joyce? I need visual confirmation.
Didn't expect two of me, did you?
Burke. The hell are you doing down here? Fuck if I know. Let's go see Wade.
Okay, how do I get this up?
Burke. The hell are you?
Gate control. I don't have the code.
Burke. The hell are you doing down here?
I need the gate passcode. They need me up there.
Fuck if I know. Let's go see Wade.
Probably because I'm not rocking those ugly astronaut pants. Hatch's orders. All right. Get your team prepped for combat. I don't have a good feeling about all this.
Damn it. I missed the code.
Burke. The hell are you doing down here?
I need the gate passcode. They need me up there.
See Wade. How come you get all the fun?
Probably because I'm not rocking those ugly astronaut pants. Hatch's orders. All right.
665. Okay. I'm not done with you yet.
Alright, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please follow my channel. I wish you a good night, and until next time. Bye!